What does it smell like? Cheeseburgers? Welcome back to Ringworm. So I prayed to all the gods and deities and demons out there to cool the weather down. I woke up this morning freezing cold, 44 degrees. So I spent the last bunch of hours freezing and just trying to make up my mind what I was going to do next. For one, I want to make a gravel pit because I need the gravel to finish my road, and I can't really do that until I fix the trailer. Like a year or two ago, I saw a video on YouTube of a guy that welds professionally, testing out the cheapest, smallest welder on Amazon, and he kept going like, oh, well that works pretty well, but let's try this. Oh, well that works really well too. So I got one. Well, I got the second cheapest one. The cheapest one, hey, I guess he's done. Yeah, you really only need half of yourself brushed. I only brush half my teeth anyway. So the brand they were testing out, I think, is Thulium. $70 for the cheapest wire feed MIG welder. And I was like, all right, worked for them. It's tiny because, you know, I don't have a place to store many more tools. God, I don't like the sound of that coming out of my mouth. But if you spent $30 more, just for $30 more, the machine does MIG, stick welding, and TIG welding. What? You know, I think we should brush the other side of him. I only found 4 individual treats. Hopefully that'll do it. Up. So because I've built everything out here out of wood with chainsaws, I don't have a lot of metal out here. I thought, how am I going to test this welder out? I mean, yeah, I could just go do the one little, it's like a 2-inch weld on the trailer. I've done a fair amount of TIG welding. I actually took a class years ago on it. So much fun. And then I used to have a wire feed welder, which I don't know, I lost in some move or something. But I've never done stick welding. Gross, buddy. And I really wanted to try it, so we needed some metal to mess with. And as I'm thinking of all this, driving in the car, I passed a transmission shop. I've always wanted to see what's inside a transmission. Let me tell you this. I don't know anything about cars. I don't like working on cars, but you guys know I kind of like to see what's inside stuff. I like to take things apart. So I stopped in this transmission shop in Mount Pleasant. Here's their card. Stop in, let them know you watched some weird YouTuber rip apart one of their transmissions. They gave it to me for free, by the way. So I've got a couple nice days. My plan is just to rip this thing apart. We're not gonna put anything back together. Let's just look inside. I'm not gonna learn anything from this experience. If you wanna know what anything inside does, this is not the video for you. We're gonna do exploratory surgery. Got a couple cans of brake clean. We'll clean a bunch of parts off and we'll just try welding them together. So the transmission shop gave that to me. A dude and I loaded it in the back of my trailer. And then Sarah and I took it to a spray-it-yourself car wash just to get all the grease and grime off there. And she helped me lift it back in. I don't know how I'm going to get it out of the trailer. I'm wondering if I can back the ATV oh yeah, we've got a busted ATV trailer. That's the whole point. I was thinking about just taking it and shoving it into the ATV trailer and then driving it back here. But that is exactly what the trailer won't do right now. It's going to fall on there and bust the ratchet strap. I guess we could drive the excavator all the way down there and take some chains. What do you think, buddy? You just click my hand and we'll think about it. Seriously, where do you find all this stuff? And why are you so dusty all the time? Jeez. Oh yeah, treat. I forgot. Here you go. That's better. Okay. No more treats. Let's see how much shock-loaded weight we think this trailer can hold right now. I don't want to break my teeth, but that's probably about what the impact's going to be like. Oh yeah, the other assumption I'm making is that welder will run off a jackery. I've never found anything that can plug into a 110 outlet that thing couldn't run, so I think it'll work. I mean, my little Honda generator puts out enough power, but it's not like instant power, you know? You plug something in and it takes a second for the RPMs to rev up. Hopefully something will work. Oh, ain't she a beaut? I hope to take apart a manual and an automatic transmission, but nobody has manual transmissions anymore. Oh my gosh. This really couldn't go better. Look at that. And to get it out, you just go really fast backwards and hit the brakes. Okay, let's go. I was just looking for a chain or something to pick that up, but we don't need no stinking chain. Great. So I have to admit something. I just went in the cabin, I started my stopwatch, I give myself 20 minutes to look on YouTube to figure out anything I could about this, because I don't even know which way's up. I don't know how it works at all. I found one video of a guy taking it apart and I just skipped through it as fast as possible. So you can see this is front wheel drive car. This is an axle to one front tire. This is to another. And this is the front of the car, and there was a cover on here at some point. I always think of it the other way around. I figure, you know, your car's pointed this way. You got the engine, and then it comes back to the transmission. It goes back and drives the rear wheels or something like in a pickup truck. But this is the front of the car. The engine is here, and it's like sideways mounted. Maybe this isn't a transmission, it's a transaxle, which is basically just a sideways mounted transmission. I know, we're not supposed to learn anything. We just want to see the pretty parts. I mean, even that's pretty wild. I assume it's just fluid flowing different directions through the maze there, because I can see in the side of some of them there are holes. So like this thing has to go to this thing and this thing has to flow to this thing. That's probably the best way to lay it out. And this hole here is clearly where you drain stuff onto your table. And this vents the same stuff up. Somewhere up there. Oh dang, look. That's the piece of metal we need right there. We don't even have to take this thing apart. Something tells me everything inside this is circular. I bet we're not going to get any flat pieces of metal out of this. Yeah, because all we need is down in there, that square of tubing, just like this stuff. Like this stuff. Little tiny piece welded on there. Am I confused? Is this all that bolts onto your engine? Like you're putting 100 or 200 horsepower through those 3 bolts? I don't want to know how this works, but does anybody know how this works? It's one of those things. We're not going to learn anything. Like, you're not going to be any smarter about transmissions after this video if you make it all the way through. And let's be honest, I don't think I'm going to make it all the way through. But it is kind of fun to see all the little... Ooh, I bet there's some great gears in here. Let's get some tools. Oh yeah, check this little thing out. This is like twice the size of the littlest one. Isn't that cute? I can't imagine how it could actually work, but we'll find out. This is probably going to be the craziest thing you hear today. I'm about to light the furnace, the heater up. In the 10-day forecast, we've got highs as high as the low 70s and as low as the mid 50s. That's the high. And a whole bunch of overnights in the low to mid 40s. 40s? Listen, I will bitch all day about the summer and the heat. You'll never hear me, probably never hear me whine about the cold. But a whole bunch of the coldest days are going to be rain all day. I was just about to haul all my tools out, and there's like a... Whoa. How'd this big old spiders get inside there? I thought that that cover fit pretty tightly. Can you see him in there? Right there? I was just pulling all the tools out, and then I realized I don't really have that much longer to work today, and there's a chance of rain overnight. So I'm not gonna bust them out till the morning. And I know what time of year it is. I'm gonna use this for probably 5, 6, 7 days and then turn it back off for another month or two. That's fine. Let me just go ahead and step around the air conditioning that we finished this week and turn on the propane tanks. I wonder, see, some smart guy remembered to fill these up. I could just put on more clothes, but I actually don't have any warm weather clothes here. We love an ice cold sleep, don't we, buddy? If I was a grown-up living in a real house, there's no way I'd turn the furnace on right now, but that does not describe me in any way. I think it's gonna light with all them spiders in there. Ah! Oh, can we just fast forward like 2 months? No, make it 4 months. We could get the dog sled out. Just think of all the fun things we could do. Here she goes. All right, see you in the morning. Man, this table needs to be refinished. If you got time on your side, you don't need to do laundry. Just hang stuff up for a couple weeks and let the rain clean it. All right, so what you're gonna wanna do with this transmission is you got 37 M664 bolts. You need to take all those out. Oh, see? These will definitely hold on to. Probably pretty good steel there. Put that in my bin. Oh, we're gonna get a lot out of this. Oh yeah, we got to get our piece of welding metal off of there. Ooh, see, that's a good keeper right there. Nope, bent. The nut's good, the washer's good. How are you supposed to get those out? I don't think this was in there in the video. Hope we don't need a special puller or something. Yeah, like something to grab. What? No way. Yeah, that's how I always do it. You just, I don't know. Okay, I have no idea what this is. Giant metal heavy donut, and it's welded all the way around the outside. Maybe that's a clutch. Wait, what's a torque converter? Let's, for now, we'll put this in the bin labeled torque converter. What a dumb video. Regular hammer. Let's go sledge. Ooh, that's a good one. Oh yeah, that's a good one. Oh, look at all that good stuff. Look at all those good screws in there. Wow, check out that chain. I think this is going to be the fun side. Oh yeah, look at the gears in that thing. Let's do that one first. I don't know what needs to come off, so let's take them all. Whoa. Don't want to strip those out. They're hard to... Oh yeah, we don't have to put them back in. Gotta have the snooter housing off of there. You can't get anywhere. Oh, we definitely need that. But there aren't any bolts. How the hell does that come out of there? Is that like a giant snap ring or something? Oh yeah. Ooh, that looks like an eye gouger. I think I should have glasses on. Whew. There it is. That scared the dog. Still doesn't look like it's gonna come out of there. Oh, it's got slices in it. That's how it fits out. Oh, that's nice. I wish I knew how to use any of this stuff for something else, because that's a quality part right there. Looks like that goes on there. Oh yeah. Oh, buttery. It's kind of fun to look at this stuff. It's also fun to feel it. That is so smooth. I think they did say this is a good transmission. They just needed to take like the computer out of it or something, so the rest was not going to get used. Got to put that in probably keep parts pile. Holy crap, that's a lot of torques. Now we got the cyclone valve off. Ooh, that is cool looking. Oh, I think this is a pump. I think they're basically like fins that push the fluid through here. Can we get that out? Oh yeah, I want that one. Yeah, this should be satisfying. I don't know if that's actually how it works, like this. Let's see, where is it worn around here? Hard to tell. Either way, wow, the machine's so nicely. That's just the tension of the oil. Yeah, I think it, like, as it goes around, it pushes the fluid. Is there an opening? Nope, not in that side. Maybe on the other side. Wow, that is very cool. It, like, squeezes the fluid around. Yep, we'll keep those. We're gonna need that when I rebuild the lawnmower. I was just gonna say, this might be a nice piece of steel to keep, but it's got so many weird holes in it. I don't know. Might have to just recycle that. Anything cool on here? Alright, we're done with that one. Got everything cool out of there. Oh, there's another one. Ooh. Nice ball bearings in there. We'll put that in the maybe pile. Wow, I thought that was going to be super heavy. Now, oh, I was going to say now for the fun side. Wow, that came right off. That is so cool. Yeah, I don't know what those gears are called, but they sure are fun. And then I think that's a sun gear, because this gear, yeah. How cool is that? That's a thing. Does some stuff sometimes. Those big old bearings in there. Yeah. That is very cool. Oh, that's awesome too. Now that is a good toy. Like unkinkable. Crazy. It's like Christmas. I gotta say, so far this is nothing like what I imagined it to look like inside a transmission. Ooh. All I've ever heard is it's a bunch of gears and ball bearings and small passageways. I just didn't figure it was like stacks of, ooh, really cool gears like this. Ooh, more planetary gears. Could I stack these all back together somehow? Which one came out of here? Oh, this one? Oh yeah, there's the sun. No? Maybe? No? Yep. Ooh, there's like a big spring-loaded hammer right there. What's that, like a parking brake or something? Transmission brake? Holy crap. Look at that. It's another sun and planets. The last set of planets. This goes on the outside of them, not on the inside. Oops. There it goes. That one spins, not related to that one. That's pretty cool. Whoops, just dropped one in the dirt. Look at that, not even gritty. Oh, what is this big? Oh, are those like the clutches? Clutch plates or something? I don't think I've ever seen a clutch plate in real life. This is way funner than I thought. It's like in order to get the next layer out. What is that? Oh, some sort of sensor. Anybody need one of these? Need one more hand. There we go. There we go. Okay. I gotta change your battery. I'll try not to get too much schmutz inside your head. How you feeling? You might experience a little dizziness, a little nausea. I think you're gonna be fine. Right, let's just see if we can get out the old Schlauben ring. Be funny if anybody actually knows about transmission. Well, they wouldn't be watching this, but this has got to be so painful to see. There it is. That's yeah, that's an earring. Not into that kind of jewelry anymore, though. Ooh, that's nice. Look at the teeth on that sucker. We could use that for something, surely. Here's all these rings, one after another after another. They don't look worn out to me. Yep, these are in real good shape. Ooh, whole stack of them. Are these clutch rings? Are there clutch rings in an automatic transmission? I have no idea. Yeah, we'll hold on to them. I might need one in my car, you never know. Anything else cool? That's like a snap ring on the outside. How do you get that apart? Watch your eyes. Yeah, baby. Can't have that on there. Yeah, that's looks like it's got about 55,000 miles on it, plus about 11,000 kilometers. That's pretty cool. How can that be necessary to make your car go? Oh, is there a bunch more junk in there? Probably. Oh yeah, like a whole bunch more plates inside. Oh yeah, see that one looks almost new. Can't really tell what's going on in there. Yeah, it's been a while since I took one of these transmissions. I'm gonna have to think about that for a few. Now, can we get this cool piece out? Yep. It's like a friggin' transformer in there. I'm surprised like how many sets of these gears there are in there. All stacked on top of each other, not side by side. Oh, wait a minute. Are these like different gears? Like gears? Is that a thing? Each one of these is like first gear, second gear, third gear. And they all have their own set of little clutches in there. That would make a little bit of sense because we're on like 1, 2, 3, at least 4 sets of these like sun gear looking things. Car's got to shift. I've always said it. Bummer. I think I lost my chance to set these all back together on the outside. I don't know what order they're in. That one just came off there. Before that was this monster. And I took a bunch of crap out of it already. I could reverse this video, but my hands are too dirty. Yeah, that goes back on there. I feel like there's a piece missing though. Where's this gear? Nope. I tried for about 3 minutes. I already can't figure out how I got this apart. Holy cow, look at all those plates. Yeah, see? Those are a little bit worn in there. Like something's happening. I like these heavy ones. Horrible time for a podcast advertisement. Go away. I kind of like to know how that works. What do they call that? A pawl? Makes it click and only go one direction. They put it together with black magic. Oh, Look at all the layers of stuff. And there's still whole packs of it in there. Ooh. Oh. Jeez. Does this go like that? Yep. Wow. Layer after layer after layer. Oh, I see what all those little tabs are for on there. I think those line up and lock into like one of these housings on the inside. Like that one. Those sit inside here, keep them from spinning. It just scoots this part against the next one. Wow, that was weird stuff. Is that like what cheapo brake pads are made out of? Some of these are like metal and some feel like a brake pad. Oh, I see. So there's one of these things and then a chunk of metal. One of these things. Ah, interesting. This one's a real stumper. We can't give up. We're almost to the bottom. Oh. Aha. A few more clutches. Sheesh. I don't know why I'm so blown away by this. Just like so complicated. Ooh, that's the smoothest one yet. There is a snap ring there, but I can't see how it would come out of there. Nope. I'm kind of stumped. I don't get it. Gotta stand in the shade and we're gonna crack this puzzle. There's some like little trick here that I just can't see. Got it. And it's gone. Oh no, still that one. I think I see another one. There's the secret. There's another set. These still have some like texture to them that the other ones didn't have. If they're like less worn, maybe this is like 5th gear or something. Alright, I've given up on this very last piece. There's a snap ring around there and one around there, but they're sort of like captive. If you try to pull it out, it hits a lip. Same on that side. So this is yep, there's nothing that needs to be fixed in there. I'm gonna keep these metal rings that are in the, I'm calling them clutches. And here's the tiny ones. Here are the tiny ones. One for you, one for you, one for you. 5 layers in that guy, 3 layers in that guy, and 6, 7, what? Yeah, 7. I wonder if that's 2 different ones that happen to be the same size. I don't know. Those seem relatively handy. Clean those up, hold on to them. There's a thicker one. Oh, these are kind of cool. I can't remember what this is called. It's like a washer. I don't know if you can tell. It's wavy. It's like a sideways spring. These would be good to cut up and practice welding on. There's actually a couple different thicknesses. Oh, there's another springy washer. You see the waviness in it? This is all going to get sent to the auto recycler, by the way, so it won't go in the garbage. What about all these flat bearings? Could you ever use those? It's like a Lazy Susan bearing. You could definitely do something with that. I don't know what, but something. See, we almost threw away some nice springs. Ooh, that's cool. Call that a whizzer thin. I don't name things. Oh, there's another one. I really kind of want to get that out of there. Maybe push that and... Oh, magneted it. So nicely fit in there. Those are cool. I mean, one of these by themselves is not going to do you any good, but if you have a few of them... Aha! Oh yeah, probably don't ever have a use for a spring that strong. Oh, get ourselves a ball bearing. That's something. Don't scoff. I'd like to get that filter off of there. Oh, there you go. These are like transformer fingers or something. Crap, it's never gonna work again. Yeah, this is one of those things you'd like to have 3 of, you know? 2's just awkward. Well, I guess we'll just clean up the stuff to keep and maybe to weld. Oh, I just thought of what we can make from these. How about Olympic rings? How is it? 3 on the bottom, 2 on the top? Or is it the other way around? Other way around, I think. Okay, as I'm cleaning these, I think this might be the coolest thing in here. The bizarrest thing is they're locked together. You can't pull them apart this way. You can't put it together willy-nilly like any direction in the middle. They just don't go together. You have to set it in the teeth before it'll go in there. I don't know if it seems bizarre from your angle, but from here it's very strange feeling. I think that's going to be the cabin fidget spinner right there. Believe it or not, I am not a hoarder. If there's something here that wasn't immediately amusing or that I thought might get used in the next year, I really don't hold on to it. But man, some of these gears are so cool. That's the ratcheting one. And these are all just crazy satisfying. Oh, so cool. See the gears that swizzle in there? That does nothing. This one's nice because it's the planetary gears you can actually play with. Pull that out of there. God bless America, you know what I mean? I don't know, this might be as fun to play with as the oil pump gears. It's just so stout. Were you too clean for a minute there? Yep, way too clean. Oh my god. Oh, I didn't know that was in there. Oh, what a beautiful night and morning. Unbelievable. I spent pretty much the entire night playing with this fidget spinner. I think we're gonna pull the ATV and trailer over here in the shade and fix that trailer. Mostly because I want to play with the welder now, and it'll give us some time to think about what to do with all those gears. I guess we'll put the jackery on here when we're not using it, because I assume that welder's going to eat up a lot of power. So you guys know one thing I'm not very good at is anything electronic. I'm more of a what they call a chainsaw guy. I was looking at this little book. The old wire feed welder I had only had high and low And then the wire speed, this is like the digital readout with a bunch of different displays on there. But as I'm reading through, it mentions that you can go up to 30 amps. And this is only a regular like 110 or 120 wall plug. I thought you only got like 20 amps out of a, regular electric house circuit. This welder requires a minimum of 30 amps at 120 volts. I just don't have enough knowledge on how this works. Does anybody else get my confusion? I don't know where we're getting 30 amps at 120 volts. One way or the other, we're running this off a Jackery, and I think it puts out 1800 watts. So let's just see what happens. Okay, I checked on my AI app. Standard 15 amp outlets at 120 provide a maximum of 1800 watts, and 20 amp outlets 2400 watts. Some welders display 30 amps as a peak draw at maximum output, but they often use a standard plug because their advertised 30 amps occur only at maximum output and low duty cycle. Plugging a welder that actually needs 30 amps into a normal 120 volt wall plug is unsafe and not code compliant. Okay, so it's right, it makes no sense. Here, you read it. Still can't get over how light this thing is. Also, cheapest welding helmet I could find that has the ability to switch it to cutting and grinding. I think all in on the welding stuff, I'm under $200, which is good because I blew all the ringworm money on that stinking computer. Stick welding, ground wire, not horrible, and some very inexpensive welding gloves. They're pretty thin, but they're real leather. This is going to be very hard to weld, these tiny pieces. I mean, it's not hard to weld, it's just hard to clamp. Ooh, made my pants hot. See if Kuiper reminds me of borrowing his dish here. I forgot. One more thing I got. Wicked cheap magnets. Set of 4. These are like, I think $15 still in my $200 budget. Let's see, gun goes in there. Is that for real? That doesn't seem right. That goes on there. Ground clamp goes on there. Yep. Oh, it does tighten. Maybe you gotta turn it further. Yep. There's your problem. If by chance you've never done any welding before, you should not be afraid to get one of these tiny machines. They're great for exactly this, like fixing trailers. Let's see, is that upside down? Sort of like a hot glue gun, but with a little bit of technique and settings. I kind of prefer that this doesn't get spattered. Sure hope this is gonna work. Let's see. Oh, 2200 watts. I thought it put out 1800. This shouldn't be any problem. Weld mode, flux, lift TIG stick. I think we're 0.030, that's the wire, right? 0.030 wire. I don't think it's working. Yeah, maybe it is. Oh, there it is. Alright, this is so stupid, but these are the only pieces of metal I have anywhere near that thickness. Everything else I have in the shed is like, I don't know, almost half-inch AR 500 steel, so that's the only edge we can practice on right there. You know what? We're going to use this to protect the jackery. I don't understand the voltage setting on this. There's no number. It's just plus to minus 3. I don't know. Let's go 1.5. Yeah, that was plenty of penetration. That's a big gloppy mess right there. Wow, what a mess. But it looks very much plenty strong. That works pretty well. Plenty ugly, but it worked fine. It's kind of what you get with wire feed MIG welding in the middle of the woods. That's great. Beautiful. Or you could just buy a piece of square tubing. It's kind of cheating. Found a piece of rusty metal I remember seeing in the wood pile for some reason. So I cleaned a little bit of it up, and just because I'm having fun, we're going to put box ends on there. It's already probably 11 to 17 times stronger than what was on there, but it's fun. It's also a nice little thing to try some different settings. Turn the power up and the wire speed down much better, not as gloppy. Wow, that is going to be a solid brick right there. Pretty good for backyard welding. Off-grid backyard welding. Might have been still a little hot, so we kind of melted the corners off. Seven. Perfect. More power, more power. That was better. We only use 6% of the battery. Oh, no spray button. Dang. See if we can borrow one off a different can. Yep. Took me a day and a half to find these welding rods. And we got it like an hour and a half of sun now, and then tons of rain coming tomorrow. So I really want to try these out. I say we make some Olympic rings. They're pretty thin. I don't know anything about stick welding. You could definitely MIG or TIG those together pretty easily. Even put my boots on, gonna wear a shirt. Learn my lesson. I've gotten some pretty bad sunburns welding, not to mention everybody's done it a time or two. Get a nice hot bead down in your shoe or between your toes or something. Oh yeah, there's still wire in there, I forgot. I think you got ground to negative now, and then stick to positive. Be sweet if we didn't have to unplug this, because you lose all that wire all the way through the cord. Stick welding, ground is negative. Word. Got 2 full jackeries today. Nice sunny day. Weld mode, stick, arc force, hot start. Oh, it's like the hot start and arc force probably that pushed this way over the amperage from a normal circuit. Now it's making more sense. I don't know, I'm just guessing here. Only got 5 all the same for the big one, so let's just try to burn one of these. It's already getting late in the day and I don't like to look stuff up, so let's just try this without any instruction. See if we can even get a pool. We'll find out how it doesn't work at all if you don't know what you're doing, and then tonight I can look up how to actually make this work. Okay. Okay, let's try some settings. Bumped them both up. Jeez, it's hard to get it started. I'm trying to strike it lightly. Okay, I don't think it's gonna happen right now. I'm gonna have to look it up. Wish I had a couple more minutes to do this right now. Oh yeah, we have to switch the positive and negative on here. Oh yeah, that's it right there. The Ringworm Transmission Olympics. I think it looks pretty nice right there. An Olympian lives here. Haven't decided what to do with all this stuff. It's a good thing I have so much storage space out here. By the way, torque converter. I looked it up. It's apparently in an automatic transmission. Way simplified. Lets you come to a stop. You know, your engine's still spinning, but your tires aren't. It's not bound together by gears. I spent about maybe 45 seconds reading about it. Sort of like a turbines in there, turbine fan. And I guess there's, I don't know, I thought it was full of liquid. Yeah, we're gonna keep that because we gotta cut it open. It looked really cool inside. I know, I've been computing for too long. Got so behind on life when the cell signal kept going down, and then got the computer, and then that computer, they don't compute. So many people joined Patreon April 26th. I think that's when all the join dates are. Oh, hi. Hello. And I just came up to that date when I want to carve everybody, but it's too many names to do all at once because it just stopped raining. It's gonna rain again for the next few days. It's gonna be dark in a couple hours. We gotta do a carving. Oh, although once you got a Bernese Mountain Dog on your lap, you really don't want to get up. You know what I mean? We gotta go rip your house apart, buddy. You don't care. You don't even like it in there. Fake yawn. Crap. It's raining again. Man cave. It's too bad I just dumped everything in there last night. Forgot my notepad. Do you need to be chased a little bit, Dirt Nose? Somebody needs some exercise. All right, we're done with that. Come on, we got to get all your exercise in the next 3 minutes. Uh-oh, here comes the rain again. Jeez. Hyper. Under there. Jerome H, Victoria K, Todd P. I'm sorry, Wade. Wade O. I might have wrote wide O, but I sort of fixed it. Let me go over it one more time. No, I always make it worse. You'll get it, Wade. Are you soggy? You look soggy. Thought I heard a snoot in there. Are you coming in? You are, but you don't like it in here. You're so wet. Okay, go on. No, not this way, that way. Alright, you might have to pause the screen and sort through all that jabber. Hopefully, if you joined, 6 months-ish ago, you should be on there. Maybe not quite, but you will be very soon. I'm kind of glad the weather's a little bit wacky right now because I can't really figure out what I want to work on next. And I'm so behind on everything, that is everything non-building related, that I need a few days to catch up this kind of stuff and putting together videos and whatnot. It's going to depend a lot on the weather, whether we work on the kitchen or go back to working on the road and the car bridge and my parking lot. We'll have to see. And right now, all of a sudden, what I really would like to do is build that screened-in porch on the front of the cabin. It would be so cool to lay out in a screened-in porch while it rains, like in a sleeping bag, and Kuiper can chill out there, come in here. We'll have to see what happens. Maybe that'll be the winter project. If I put cement pads in for that before it freezes, before the ground freezes, and we did that, the kitchen, and got my car back here, then when it warmed up in the springtime, I could start working on my houseboat or something. But who knows, I'll definitely change my mind on all of that. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. Especially thanks to you guys that support me to stay out here and, allow me to build outdoor kitchens and houseboats and whatnot. I appreciate you. Okay, that's it. You may go. Peace.